So we're already looking today at an update on our peas that we sowed only a few days ago, maybe a week ago now, and that they have already germinated for me. They may be taking that little bit longer for you depending on whether or not you've had them on heat or not. If they are taking that little bit longer, then don't worry, they should be absolutely fine. If they haven't germinated within 2 weeks, then I would have a look at just sort of scraping back the soil and seeing if there's any action. If they haven't germinated within 3 weeks, I would definitely be looking at re-sowing them. Up until the point of germination, we have had a dome on them and we've had the lid shut. So now they have germinated, the very first thing that we need to do is take them out of the house, if that's where you've had them germinating, and bring them outside. One reason that we're going to have these outside is because it's going to have more light. The light is just going to be able to penetrate easier than it will do through your window. And then the second reason is that we don't want these to be too warm. So even if you had a grow light in the house, we wouldn't want them in a warm room like we do for aubergines or peppers and chilies and things like that. They would still really stretch and get very leggy. So they want a low and slow growing rather than a quick growth, and they do grow quite fast anyway, but we want them to stay stocky. So the first thing you can do once you start seeing some germination is to open this vent on the top if you've got one, and then within the day after that you should be able to remove the lid. Because these are still babies, however, it is worth putting the lid back on at night or keeping it on for a few days if you are moving it to an outdoor space. So when I say outdoors, I mean undercover. So in one of those cheap flexi greenhouses, in a normal greenhouse or a polytunnel, and just keeping the lid on for a couple of days is going to get them used to that difference between being in the house where there's more warmth and then coming out into the wind and the difference of temperature. And then we can start leaving the lid on at night only. And this I'm definitely doing as we're having a few frosts, so we've got a few colder nights at the moment, and then taking them off during the day. And then by the time these are another couple inches tall, we shouldn't need to be putting the lid on at all, unless we're having frosts that are -5 or below, because peas are actually quite hardy. Don't forget that these peas are still going to be something that the rodents might try and eat, particularly any that haven't germinated yet. They'll try and eat those, so keep them in a place that's a bit more protected as well. And then this is the snail that we did, and you can see the roots already coming out of the bottom of these, and they're doing very well already. And don't worry about the roots coming out of the bottom of the pots, unlike some of the other ones where as soon as we see roots coming out, we're looking at potting them on. The roots are just going to be quite big and look more alarming than what we need to worry about. We won't actually be potting these on before we're ready to put them into the garden, unless they are the specs. The next time that we will be looking at these peas is when we are ready to start looking at planting them out. If you've got any questions or you're worried about how yours are looking, then please do let me know and we can go over any issues that you might be having.